Hi guys, it's Kingpin. Today I want to introduce everything about the Whirling slash build, honest pros and cons, actual showcase, and my future plan. After testing everything, honestly, I can't confidently recommend this build to new players anymore. BTW. First of all, let me introduce you the Whirling slash build. This is an attack skill that basically does large AoE damage. An important thing is, when we use this skill, we move a little bit forward, which means if we have super fast attack speed, we can move faster than any other ordinary build. With high attack speed, we can basically move and attack enemies at the same time. With very large AoE, this is a build that is completely focused on speed farming only, at least my version. I'll tell you how we get mega AoE too. Basically, once you use Whirlwind Lance, it'll create a whirlwind. And if you use Whirling Slash inside the whirlwind you just made, you'll keep carrying on the whirlwind you first made from Whirlwind Lance. Which means, if you put AoE gems in the second skill set AoE settings for Whirlwind Lance, it's basically same as using 10 support gem. You'll be able to have mega AoE while not losing any attack speed or damage. Alright, basic introduction is done. Now let me explain you the pros and cons of this build. I don't want new users to get baited by me. I mean, at least I believe this build is very great and worth trying. But this build is not perfect. It has very obvious flaws. I want you to be aware of all those flaws before trying this build. Pros speed. Even with upcoming movement speed buffs, I'm assuming this build will still be the best one in terms of pure speed. I'm personally hoping that one of my viewers will play this build and reach rank number 1 on the leaderboard. I believe this build has the potential to do that. In terms of speed farming, I think this build will be the pure best and comfortable playstyle. This build is very fun and comfortable to play, especially with the upcoming buff. You have very big AoE. You basically just go where you want to go, and enemies around you automatically just die. Cons, DPS is meh. In terms of pure damage, this build will be one of the weakest meta builds. We'll do everything we can to make our attack speed as fast as possible, which means we won't have enough resources to invest into DPS. This build will be good for speed farming, but not very great for bossing. You can partially solve this problem if new useful techs are discovered in New League, or if you give up some attack speed or choose WtichHunter and give up super big AoE. But at least in my version, in terms of DPS, it'll be weak, because I'll use every possible resource I have for attack speed and radius only. From my testing, even dealing with regular map bosses was very difficult throughout the whole progression, and this build can be not very tanky with lower budget. With higher budget, it was okay. I'm being very honest. Last league with my setup, even while farming fully juiced T16 breach maps, I almost never died. Because even though my tankiness wasn't so great, enemies were basically not able to even touch me. But with lower budget, I got some feedbacks that it feels squishy and not very tanky. You can die from time to time, even often while playing this build with lower budget. And 2 more cons. Firstly, this build requires some POE experience and knowledge for smooth endgame progression. I decided for smoother gameplay, I'll still be using Wake of Destruction, unique boots even in an endgame. And it'll be hard to cap our resistance while doing that. We'll need to take care about Julie implicits, etc., which can be rough progress for less experienced players. Also, we don't have access to new uniques / full passive tree yet. While I'm progressing through Axe, Endgame, I'll keep updating my support gems / gears / passive tree. But again, for less experienced players, it can be hard to keep following me and doing everything right. And lastly, item price. If my videos get a lot of views, it'll make the needed items more expensive. For example, in the last league, I bought my spear for 2 divines. I was able to buy decent 3 attribute rings even with 1D. I was able to build a crazy speed farmer with 10 divine budget. But after I uploaded the build guide video, when I resold my spear to change it into a better one, it was sold at 40 divines. I'm assuming with 30-day budget, this build will start to perform very great. But my prediction can be wrong if my videos get a lot of views. It can be a very big problem because this build isn't so strong until you start to actually stack accuracy rating. And now, before we get into the actual future plan, I want to talk about my Ascendancy one more time. Earlier, I said I'll provide Huntress Guide together with WtichHunter Guide, but it seems like I don't have enough time for that. Heck, Also, in big budget high-end setup, Ritualist can be better than WtichHunter overall. But while early days of the league, I think WtichHunter will perform better than any other Ascendancy with my build. Also, with the recent buff, I think it's very well-rounded Ascendancy for my build now. So I'll just go WtichHunter. If you wanted a guide with other Ascendancy, I'm sorry. Please understand. All right, now, let me explain my early game/endgame plan. I was going to talk about it later, but it seems like full passive tree will be revealed just a few hours before new league starts. So I'll just explain all my basic plan here. And when we get full passive tree, I'll update it ASAP if I can. Also, like I said earlier, I'll keep updating my POE throughout act/endgame progression. In comment section, in my Mobalytics post, or in my YouTube post, or in my Discord server. I don't know where will it be, but somewhere. Also, I have a warning. This is my first time providing an act guide. I don't even have any experience pushing act with Whirling/. So don't trust me too much on this. For acts, we'll use Whirling/ and Twister. I want to give credit to other YouTubers, Snoopy. He uploaded a detailed guide video. It's very simple. I recommend you to read the description of skill gems. We'll equip Quarterstaff for weapon set 2. We use Whirling/ 3 times and use Frozen Locust, and then Twister. Boom! Later, when we can afford Wake of Destruction, boots, we don't even need Quarterstaff and Frozen Locust anymore. Just use Whirling/ 3 times and use Twister. Boom! We'll just keep repeating it throughout the act. That's my plan for now. My passive tree will look like this. I'll update it if new full passive tree drops before new league start. I'll basically just focus on DPS. For item choice and certain uniques you need, I'll provide a detailed written guide in Mobalytics. Link will be in description box, please check it. Plus, for people who aren't experienced with act pushing, I'll give you a quick guide about early progression. Once you kill Miller, don't rush too much, and don't forget to loot his items. Once you go inside Clearfell encampment, identify your items and sell them to Renly. If you can afford a spear, buy it. If you can still afford a quarterstaff, buy it too. If you can't afford them, just still sell your items and put the rest in your stash. And remake a character. This time you'll have more gold. Even if only magic ones are on the vendor, you'll still be able to afford it. Buy a spear, quarterstaff too if you can. And get Whirling/skill gem. Next, find the bandit camp in Clearfell and open the box. You'll find a level 1 uncut skill gem. Get Twister this time. Now you're ready to go. Later, when you get other skill gem, get Frozen Locust and use it to make a frozen ground if you need more damage. Also, don't forget that Twister is stronger in smaller area because it collides with the wall. And like I said before, once you get Wake of Destruction boots, Frozen Locust is not needed anymore. All right, after you finish the act, now it's time to go into endgame. We'll respect our passive tree and use Primal Strike instead of Twister now. We'll start with just taking attack speed instead of accuracy stacking. We'll keep progressing and get proper gears one by one. And once we have enough level and resources for accuracy stacking, time to spin 2 win. Also, once you get 4th Ascendancy, respec your skill tree again and use the second skill set for purely AoE only. And bind your Whirling Lance with the second weapon set. Also, one more thing to tell you. When will you really start accuracy stacking? It depends on the item price. We'll need decent triple attribute rings or amulet. If they're cheap, we can start to spin 2 win early. If they're expensive, maybe we're going to have hard time progressing in endgame. And now I'll provide you showcases. These are prototype videos of stage 1. I equipped gears that you can usually easily get when you just entered endgame. And stage 2, you farmed in endgame, and now you have more budget to buy better gears. Stage 3 is when you start accuracy stacking, but I couldn't prepare stage 3 showcase. Because accuracy stacking with WtichHunter, the new Keystone passive Resolute technique, will be necessary. Also, I was very conservative while choosing my gears for the showcase. So even if you were unlucky while axe, you'll still be able to find better gears than this and perform better than what I'm showing in the video. All right, let me start.